friends. This is Colleen.
And this is Margaret.
And we're the Cousins Weird. Here we are.
We're together, but we're not live because I am laid up with a broken ankle and I don't want anyone looking at me right now. I've had to cancel my hair appointment, so my hair's all...
Your hair looks good.
It looks... Oh my god. It doesn't... long. It's getting long.
I thought you actually got it cut.
No.
It looks like it.
It's
the
long.
back looks short.
It's not. Look at it.
It's long for you, I guess.
I have like
right.
soccer mom hair right now.
She definitely doesn't want you to see her like that.
No.
So we're terrible trending.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't tell you what number we're on.
Terrible trend. Crocs.
Yeah.
Worst
Crocs.
trend ever.
But I'll still wear them because I love them.
I probably will.
Even though Margaret broke herself
Get a new pair.
Yeah.
And get a new pair every year because the pair I was wearing were cheap ones from Walmart. They weren't real Crocs.
Well,
and they were a few years old.
Yeah.
And they were...
I hear, like, real Crocs because they have good arch support for people.
They do. And I have a pair that, like, way back when they were doing, like 10 years ago or so, they had this thing where you could bring in your old Crocs and they recycled them into Crocs.
Right.
And I had a pair and they only came in one color because they were brown. And they were so comfortable. But I tell you what, after like a year or so, they get slippery.
Yes.
Real slippery.
The
And
tread wears.
it was like dangerous, even though they were still fine inside.
But she kept the $10 Walmart ones, she said, for years. It's dead.
Stupid.
We learn our lessons.
We do.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what episode. I think this is 47? Well, you'll find out in the title.
It's 40.
Yeah, we'll find out in the title. So, this episode is going to be about treatments for asthma.
Okay.
So, as you know, asthma is a respiratory condition where the bronchi and the lungs spasm and make it difficult to breathe.
Yes, my dad has asthma.
Yeah. I have asthma when it comes to allergies. Allergy-induced asthma is what mine... But I haven't had to use an inhaler in years.
I think Renee has asthma too, my sister, Renee.
But now, obviously, we have inhalers with albuterol in them that open up the bronchi and make you be able to breathe, and it's all good. Mm-hmm. However, back in the day, that wasn't the case, okay? So, through history, like way back, like ancient Egypt, they used smoking to cure asthma, which is just ironic.
Yeah, I know.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
So, in ancient Egypt, they would take belladonna leaves, because they used to put belladonna in their eyeballs.
Yeah. Let's poison ourselves.
And that's what belladonna means, pretty lady, right?
Yep.
And because it made them look pretty with their eyes big. But they would take the leaves, roots, and stems and dry them in the sun.
Still toxic.
Crush them and place them on hot bricks and inhale them. So fumigate the... Yes. And that would relieve breathing difficulties.
I wonder if the toxicity is still in the smoke.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either.
And then in 100 AD, ancient Indian medicine men would dry and crush up stramonium, I think I'm saying that right, into inhaling pipes, like the hollow pipes, like the spiritual pipes during, like, native...
Like rituals. Ritual pipe.
And technically, some of this was used in, like, spiritual journeys. They'd go on, like, some hallucinogens would be put in there.
Lobelia is another one I think they used. But it might be another name for the one you just said.
It might be. But they found that the smoke relieved breathing issues. And the stramonium. Belladonna relieved it. Stramonium relieved it. There was a Scottish physician named James Anderson. And he visited India in 1802. And he discovered that they would smoke stramonium and belladonna to help with breathing issues. So he's like, I'm bringing this back to Scotland. And he did. And they started selling it crushed to roll into cigarettes or into pipes. And they would do that. And they would do that in the 19th century. They had it crushed to be able to do that. So then in 1933, they discovered that atropine, which is a white alkaline or alkaloid, atropine.
Isn't that
atropine? It's in belladonna and in stramonium. It's the active ingredient inside it that actually opens up your breathing.
Right.
So they've realized, okay, this is why, right? This is what's helping people. By 1879, the asthma cigarette was released. Yes, you heard that right. The asthma cigarette in Europe, and it contained belladonna and stramonium and the atropine inside. So it it had extra of the extra ingredient, but they crushed up the other 2 things inside it, and it was rolled.
You can't breathe here. Smoke a cigarette.
Smoke a cig. Now, there's a specific brand that was kind of popular called the Page Inhaler. And these are pre-rolled cigarettes with strontium in them. And they were advertised to relieve hay fever, asthma, and nose irritations. So the directions for this were to exhaust the air from your lungs, take a deep breath, drawing in the smoke into your lungs, holding it, and then exhaling through the nostrils. And you had to smoke for a day.
I can feel the accent starting.
I know.
God, that sounds awful.
You gotta have 4 of those a day. Now, even though inhalers were invented in 1957, which I didn't know that, but now I do.
Cool.
And albuterol, that word, started being used in the 70s to help open up your airways. Asthma cigarettes were still on the market into the 1980s and 1990s.
Wow.
Even after it was proven that smoke causes inflammation and irritation in the lungs. They were like, nope, these cigs are doing the trick. So, why you can see, in the ancient times, there was no other way to get those into the lungs.
Right.
Smoke made sense, right? Because, like, it's air. So, you're able to suck it into your lungs. In the early 20th century, smoke was used because they had no other way, obviously, to deliver the medicine. But once they invented something else,
right?
Why wouldn't you use it? I don't know. And now people are told, don't smoke or be near smoke,
right?
Because it's going to irritate your lung, cause asthma attacks, all that kind of stuff. But the 80s and 90s. Uh-huh. People were doctors were delivering babies with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. So I can see how people were like, these help me. Why would I stop?
Right.
So there still was a market because people were smoking left and right. You could smoke.
They were probably smoking regular cigarettes and the other ones.
And the asthma cigarettes, right. Because just from like the 50s, like you think about the 50s, they were smoking in offices. And they probably were in the 80s.
Do you remember in the 80s we'd go to the mall and there was there were ashtrays.
For ashtrays.
In the mall.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember even in the 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s, going out to a bar and coming home smelling with cigarette smoke. Not because I smoked, because the bar was a cloud of smoke. Going to a bowling alley.
Oh, yeah.
And being covered in smoke.
And it's funny, like now, because there's no smoking in New York State.
Right.
I think most states have that now.
I think so, too.
But like you go to a casino.
And they have the smoking sections.
No, they're smoking all through. Like, I remember going to Foxwoods Resort, and you go up to your hotel room, there's a guy on the elevator smoking a cigarette.
Well, I know the one near us, Turning Stone, they have a smoking section of it, and then a non-smoking section of it.
But then when you go to a lot of the hotels that are in the casinos, though,
are different.
You get on the hotel, and there's some guy smoking a cigarette.
That's horrible.
On the elevator. And
because typically they're on a reservation, so they don't have to follow different laws as we do, but it's crazy.
And honestly, they want people to spend money and gamble, and if you have to take a break to smoke every so many hours,
exactly,
I mean, it's like,
you're not gonna stop. You on a roll, you keep spending more money. Right. You have to stop that roll, then
if you have to take a break to go smoke a cigarette, you might rethink your life choices.
Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't spend my life savings here. But anyway, asthma's original, which again we can get it because those things actually have an ingredient or part of them.
Like another thing too that's good, like a trick now for asthma is hot chocolate.
Yes, or caffeine.
Or caffeine, like hot coffee. And I remember Colleen when she was younger, she hated coffee. Mm-hmm. She's crazy. But she would drink hot cocoa.
If I started having asthma issues.
Didn't have anything.
Yeah. My dad knew that. And when I first had my first asthma attack, it was an allergy induced thing. He made me I remember him making me hot chocolate and I drank it and it helped. And I remember that helping but it's true, caffeinated stuff warm caffeine will open up that. I didn't have severe asthma where I'd have to go to the hospital or anything, so don't count on that if you have that. My husband actually needs an inhaler, so, but I did have an inhaler for a long time, and I would only needed it when I had bad allergies, and I haven't had to use one in years, so I think I just grew out of it, probably. Yeah. But cigarette smoke, definitely upsets my lungs.
And people don't smoke around now. So it's
No,
like, it's probably
so it's
one of the things
actually
where you're not.
Yeah. Like we probably would, I can't even imagine being around smoke now, or like smoke, and like I'd get all stuffed right up. I know I would. I would have like because sometimes even candles bother me, but that's probably the scent and probably the horrible chemicals they put in some of them too.
Yeah.
That cause us to have.
I'm real finicky. I can do essential oils in a diffuser.
Yeah.
But even some essential oils I can't diffuse because they give me a headache.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the heavier ones, like myrrh, sandalwood, lang lang.
Oh, see, sandalwood, I could. You know what my husband likes, and I don't like
patchouli.
it. No, I'm okay with patchouli.
Worst.
I mix my patchouli with lavender, and I love it.
I can't do patchouli.
It takes me back to 1994, baby.
I know, but you know what I think it was when I worked at the health food store? These older women would come in, and they were like bathed in patchouli. It's like, I don't think, it's like, one drop will last you 4 weeks, Lane, and you've got like 15 drops on yourself. It's like, you get immune to the smell of it. Like, your body doesn't recognize it as much.
Yeah, so you don't.
So they put more on. Then they would leave a trail of patchouli behind them. And it was always old women that did it. And it was like,
old hippies.
You go and you're like, there's such and such here because I smell patchouli. And
they're
like,
I'm
in the back and they're in the front. I'm like, ooh. And they're like, oh, and they always need to hug you. And then it rubs off on you. And you smell like it all day. I'm like, I can't stand myself.
I wear this perfume. What is the name of it? Blue Moon? Something like that. And it has, but one of the scents is patchouli in it, but it doesn't smell like patchouli. But.
I know. There's a certain brands of patchouli are better, and it's more higher quality patchouli. Yeah. Smell better. But even then, if they're in something, it has to be like the last ingredient. Like one drop in the whole blend, and I'm okay.
I love lavender with patchouli together.
I love lavender.
My husband likes cedar, and it just smells like a hamster cage to me.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of a cage. And I have a cedar. I think maybe his mom, I didn't buy it, but I think maybe his mom got it for me. And, cause she likes essential oils too. And she probably had extra or something. So she usually give it to me, but
I'm like, you would like LME.
LME?
LME, I'm obsessed with LME. It's like that same kind of, it's like a
earthy,
like woody.
I love that. I love
so good.
Earthy, woody.
Galbanum is another one that's really interesting. And it's almost like it's a wood, but it almost has a vanilla kind of scent to it. And a lot of essential oil blends that have a vanilla scent is galbanum.
It's actually that?
It's galbanum.
I don't know where we got off from asthma smoking to essential oils, but they're good.
Yes.
They're good. Yeah. But anyway, that's the end of my episode. It was very short, but
very
informative, and don't smoke when you have asthma.
No.
That's what we've learned from this.
Yes.
And, don't smoke ever.
Yes.
Because it's not good for you.
It's not good for you. Don't vape either. Vaping isn't good either.
Vape isn't good. My son does it, and I just wish he would stop. If you're listening, he is a Patreon, so.
He is.
How about instead of supporting our podcast, you stop vaping? That would make me happier. Anyway, we are going to be at AnchorCon 2023. It's August 19th through the 20th.
Yeah, 19th to 20th. Yep.
So we are going to be there. We're going to do a live show like we did last year. It was so much fun. You should make sure you save the date for that. We don't know which day we're going to be, but make sure you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, because we'll post that. But also we post pictures and our episodes on there, so you want to do that.
Stay freaky.
No, you forgot to.
Oh my God.
She's like, I smell food. I'm out.
Yes, if you want to reach out to us, send us an email at thecousinsweird@gmail.com. Or you can send us a direct message through Facebook or Instagram. We would love to hear any kind of funny stories you have. We're collecting dollar store stories or Walmart stories.
Yeah, bizarre retail stories.
Yeah, any bizarre retail experiences you've had, let us know. We want to hear.
We want to know.
Also, if you have any kind of scary stories, any kind of personal experiences you've had, supernatural, scary, anything like that, hit us up. Let us know. Yeah. We want to.
Did you have a run-in with a serial killer once? We want to know.
Yeah.
Cool stuff like that.
If you were in the woods and you heard a Bigfoot, let us know. We want to know.
Were you abducted by aliens? Tell us about it.
Yeah, we want to hear it.
Yeah. So, and then you can support us by always support us. The best way is share us with your friends and like us on, follow us on our Instagram and Facebook, but also on the platform that you listen to your podcasts.
Yeah, like us, subscribe, rate us.
It's all free, by the way. It's all free. You don't have to pay a penny to do that. But if you want to support us another way, you can go to patreon.com/thecousinsweird. For $1 a month, you have a freaky friend, and you get a free sticker and bonus episodes. For $5 a month, you have a terrible trender. You get the same as a freaky friend, but you also get a yearly gift, a monthly Skype chat, and ad-free episodes. And you're going to want to do that because we're good time girls.
Yes. All right. I think that's it.
Yep.
Stay freaky.
Bye.
Bye.